Far beyond the worlds you know, beyond the familiar constellations that have guided wanderers for ages, a star is reaching the final moments of its long existence. It has burned for millions of years, its light steady and unyielding, a beacon in the silence of space. But even the brightest stars must eventually change. You are drifting toward it now, moving effortlessly through the stillness of the void. The star glows before you, golden and warm, its surface rippling with gentle waves of energy. From a distance, it seems eternal, unchanging, steady, holding its place in the sky. But as you draw closer, you begin to feel its quiet struggle, the slow unraveling of something ancient preparing to transform. The star pulses, its light flickering ever so slightly, as if taking a deep breath before letting go. The vast forces within it, which have held it together for so long, are beginning to shift. A faint wind rises, not a wind of air, but of energy, of particles and light, drifting outward like whispers from the past. The outer layers, once firm and contained, tremble, stretching toward the cosmos beyond. The first fragments lift away, golden strands of stardust peeling from its surface, dissolving into the void like embers from a dying fire. These are not mere sparks. They are the remnants of creation, pieces of the universe that have traveled for ages, now returning to the great expanse from which they came. You glide through this shimmering mist of stellar dust, watching as each particle drifts outward, free, to roam the cosmos. Some of them will become part of distant worlds, settling in the atmospheres of planets yet to be born. Others will join the silent clouds of interstellar space, waiting for the time when gravity will call them together again, forming something new. Deeper still, beyond the fading outer layers, the true heart of the star comes into view. The core, once hidden beneath layers of glowing plasma, is exposed now. A dense, compact sphere, pulsating with the final reserves of its energy. The heat here is immense, pressing inward, fighting against the inevitable. For millions of years, it has burned with relentless power, but now that power is fading. And then, the moment comes. The core contracts suddenly, folding in upon itself, pulling tighter, denser, heavier. For a brief instant, the universe holds its breath, and then, light. A brilliant wave of energy rushes outward, sweeping through space in an instant. But this is not a chaotic explosion. It is not destruction. It is a release. A final exhale, the last gift of a star that has given all it can. The force spreads outward, carrying with it the dust of elements that once made up this celestial giant. Particles of carbon, iron, and oxygen, materials that will one day form new worlds, new stars, perhaps even new life, are scattered into the great unknown. As the light fades, what remains at the center is something smaller, something denser, something transformed. The star is gone, but it is not lost. In its place, a quiet remnant lingers, holding the weight of everything that once was. For some stars, this moment of change marks the birth of a white dwarf, a cooling ember that will glow faintly for billions of years before fading completely. For others, the collapse is too great, and they become something more, something darker, something hidden from the eyes of time itself. And here before you, a new entity is forming. The core has folded so tightly that not even light can escape. A black hole has been born. The space around it shifts, bending ever so slightly, as if the fabric of reality itself is adjusting to its presence. There is no sound here, no violent eruption, only a quiet sinking, a gentle folding inward, as if the universe itself is tucking away a memory. You drift closer, feeling the pull, the silent gravity that draws everything toward it. Time moves, differently here, stretching, slowing, as if caught in an endless pause. The horizon of the black hole, its event horizon, marks the edge of the unknown, the boundary beyond which nothing returns. And yet, even in its silence, even in its final transformation. The star has not truly disappeared. It exists in a different form now, influencing the space around it, shaping the universe in unseen ways. The matter it has cast off will find new places to settle, new journeys to begin. Perhaps far from here, a fragment of its dust will drift toward a forming planet, becoming part of the air, the soil, the water of a world that does not yet exist. And so, nothing is ever truly lost. You move away now, leaving the quiet presence of the black hole behind. The dust of the fallen star continues its journey, scattered among the stars, waiting for the moment when it will be called back into the cycle of creation. The universe is vast, and time stretches far beyond what can be seen or measured. But, in the quiet corners of space, in the drifting particles of ancient stars, the echoes of everything that has ever existed still remain. And as you glide once more into the vast unbroken stillness, you realize this journey has no end. Only new beginnings, waiting to unfold.